back for another video. I promised you monsters with White Frost, and so here it is. I've been playing a few games. I don't know if this rank is lower or higher than it used to be, but I was playing a lot of games in rank testing this deck out. And as I understand it, a monster thrive deck topped an open or a competition or whatever it's called. And every single deck I fought was the same thrive monster deck. And I essentially lost about 9 times in a row. So that was fun. Hopefully it'll be a little different this time. This deck is it's centered around boosting up units very high, and it has elements of control, but I wouldn't call it very proficient at it. So we're going with White Frost. Lets us move a unit to the other row and spawn Frost on that row. White Frost will damage the, I think it's the highest unit? Yeah, it's the highest unit by 2. It by itself isn't incredible, especially against Thrive, but hopefully we'll be able to match them on point value round 1 and maybe make them use all their stuff round 2. A big problem with this deck that I found is that it's a little slow when we don't get the sauce right at the very start. But for our strategy, we have a Crystal Skull, boost an allied unit by 4, give it Veil. It's just there to prevent us from being controlled and to make sure we have dominance. Dominance is a monster faction specific thing where unit's ability is triggered if you control the highest powered unit on the board. So we have Auberon King, which is, I have a lot to say about him in regards to his contributions to the story. He is going to be our round 3 finisher. We're going to have him transform to Auberon Conqueror. It'll let us play a Wild Hunt unit from our deck, and it'll boost it by 1 whenever we play a Wild Hunt unit. We have Eredin. He's a 13-point slam card. He gains armor equal to the number of cards in our hand. It would be very terrible if we're playing him just off the cuff instead of the other ways we have. We have Eredin. Deploy, spawn Frost on enemy turn for 2 turns, increase damage dealt by Frost for 1 turn, or by 1. So, any Frost we put down while he's on the field will deal 3 damage to the highest unit instead of 2. It's okay. Naglfar will let us play 2 gold cards from our deck, and the one we don't play, we can draw next round. Usually we end up playing it when there's only 1 gold card, which stinks. Immelrith. Deploy melee, draw a card, discard a card. If the discarded card was a unit, boost self by its power. So the good thing about Immelrith is if we have Jurgen in hand, that way we can boost up Immelrith very high, we can get Jurgen in the graveyard, which helps us out with Osriel, who can consume Jurgen in the graveyard and boost himself as well. Immelrith's Wrath will destroy a unit if we have Immelrith on the field, otherwise it will deal damage equal to the highest unit we have. It's something we should save for a high value target that our opponent has. It's one of our few pieces of control we do have. Artigaith will summon Frost on the turns. We'll summon Frost on both enemy rows for 3 turns. We're going to be playing that card a lot, because Winter Queen will summon herself from the deck every time we play Artigaith. We can also summon her whenever there's Frost on both rows, but the easiest way for that to happen is if we have Artigaith. Toad Prince, our second element of control. Consume a unit with 4 power or less. Can theoretically really screw over our opponent, and it can get us dominance. Gales. Play a Wild Hunt card from our deck. Since we're playing only monster cards, he triggers his devotion. It'll just tutor something out. The Auberon Phantom is just a round 1 booster to trying to get dominance. Yeah, order damage an enemy unit by 3 at the end of every turn. If order is not used, boost up by 1. It's pretty good. Ancient Foglets will increase their point value for every duration of frost we have on the enemy side, so ideally we play 2 of them and then we Ard Gaith and they boost up to about 16 each. It's pretty good. Naglfar's crew will deploy frost and then boost themselves for each turn that there's frost on the other side. Our final element of control is Wild Hunt Bruiser, who can move an enemy unit to the other row, and if the target row has frost, we damage it by 2. It's a little annoying to use, honestly, because well, it requires there to already be frost, and sometimes I want to put frost afterwards, if that makes sense. I'll go more into it if it comes up in a game. We have the NL Conquerors. They're just there to be a 7-point veil and a target for Imorith. We have Naglfar's Taskmaster, which is our only way of purifying a unit, which is removing its lock or its bleed. 2 Wild Hunt Warriors, which will allow us to deal 2 damage and also spawn some frost if we have dominance. We're just going to crap them out turn 1 if we can. And Wild Hunt Hound, these are unfortunately some of our win conditions. These guys will boost up really high, and we're only usually going to summon them with Auberon on round 3. Yep, that's the deck. Like I said before, I've been having a lot of bad luck with it, for various reasons. So the big one I've found is that I'm fighting exclusively Monster Thrive and Monster Death Wish. As a direct result, I think, of a monster deck topping recently. But I wouldn't know anything about that. Look, the CDPR makes it really hard to figure out where to watch their competitions. Like, I know some YouTubers hosted they hosted one, like, they were brought in as commentators, and they each had videos on their respective channels about it, but, CDPR didn't have, as far as I'm aware, like, a main thing where you could just view it. It's strange. Anyway, Nilfgaard, thank God.
The North shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
A lot of our point values they can't really do anything about, since it's, locking our units doesn't really help them as much as they would hope it would. But, really? Oh well. So I think we're gonna round 1 Imorith to get some nice Jurgen boosting.
I shall not repeat Emir's mistakes.
Who taught you to fight like this?
Alright, so now we have dominance, so Wild Hunt Hound will boost itself by 1, we can spawn frost. Interesting. Well, that sucks. We'll do this. We might be able to win back dominance. Okay, so if I were to move John Calvate onto the other row and spawn frost, I couldn't then Wild Hunt Bruiser and deal him 2 damage because the frost will be here and then the Bruiser will move him back. And I guess I could. No, I can't just spawn the White Frost, I have to move the unit. It's just a pain. But let's do it like this. Again. I think I'm gonna Wild Hunt Bruiser so I can get my double frost damage. Really sucks that I didn't get the draw.
Your humble servant. Go on! Show me what this toy you wield can do!
doing some good damage with Frost, but we don't really have a good way of getting
Hail,
more of
Captain,
it.
sir.
Since, it's not like we don't have dominance, unfortunately. On the bright side, if he takes a card from our hand, there's a good chance he'll just get one that does nothing for him. Because he takes Gay Elves or Winter Queen, it'll just be useless. Really. Well... what could I play with Gay Elves that could help me here? I think I'm gonna play
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
Eredin. It sucks, but I've gotta do it.
Any last words?
Yeah, I don't have dominance, so the frost damage isn't as high as it could be. But now I do. So I can actually play these two Wild Hunt Warriors. Unless Eredin takes damage here.
Death.
Yep.
Quite literally.
What a goddamn tragedy. So we're really fighting for round one here. Nilfgaard really wants a round one win so that they can burst with their gold cards because of John Calvi, and I will do anything to deprive them of that.
I know the truth. I simply want you to admit it.
Wonderful. Alright, I have dominance, I think. Yep. So now I can do these Wild Hunt Warriors.
There is no escape.
So he's gonna pass here. No way he doesn't. Yeah. I'll take that. And I'll see if I can bleed him this next round. I'd love to have Auberon for a round 3, but it'll be what it'll be. He has Imworth right there. Just funny. Oh, there's Auberon. I will Ancient Foglet here, so I can Ardgaith next turn. I want him to play as many gold cards as he has. Because if all he has left to fight me is bronzes, and I have Auberon for round 3, he's done.
You will not regret this, soon, sir.
I hate nothing
That's
more than a creaky door.
Interesting decision. Well, I'm just gonna hit you with one of these. Now enjoy the frost.
When the White Frost comes, the world will at last be cleansed.
So I can play the Wild Hunt Hound, I have dominance. Wild Hunt Warrior will be able to spawn some more frost, and Wild Hunt Bruiser can deal some damage. And the best part about this is they has no choice but to play units because he's so down low on
My duty
power.
to stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
Oh, he's gonna take one of my cards. If he gets Auberon, I'm gonna be sad. Pray to God he doesn't get Auberon. Yay!
Resistance is futile.
Completely useless. Alright. Now... let's play it like this. Get my dominance. Alright, then I'm gonna Wild Hunt Bruiser. I guess Mr. Artorias Vigo. Oh, he's playing his
They will
goats.
dance to our beat, sing to our tune.
I mean, you can take her if you want.
My
I'll skin off
ice
my
will
back.
pierce both your hearts and minds.
It has to be melee? No.
You will make a lovely stain.
Just have dominance, so I'm looking good. That stinks. But I still have dominance. So I'm gonna play it.
Death comes for you.
I'd like to save Auberon for round 3 with Ozzy. I think that does nothing. No, it doesn't. There's no guarantee that Auberon will do anything for me, so that's a pass. Alright, so I bled him a good bit. I got rid of all his assimilate shenanigans. Not before even do anything for me. I guess. I think I'll keep this. My opponent's going first. That sucks.
No good wine will come from here, not even compost.
Well done, lady.
Toss it onto the pile, then burn it with the rest.
I'll be able to Immortus Rat something if he decides to put something good down. I might have to.
Snap your spout open.
Yep. Stinks, but huh. I think I'm gonna do it like this.
Are you cold, human insect? It won't be long now.
There we go. I'm still gonna have Aussie. Though I'm in a little bit of trouble here.
As good as dead.
Yep. Let's do this.
Only charge you to fight like this.
I think I win with Aussie. Nice. You play him on the ranged row. Goodbye. That's a pretty good game. Good. I think I talked about it when I played the Nilfgaard deck and the Skellige deck, but round control is really, really important for Nilfgaard. A lot of their combos don't really do anything for them if you bleed them out. Though he did have a pretty good shot there. Let's find another one. Hopefully I don't find another Thrive. But, for those of you who haven't read the books, Auberon, like, all the elves were trying to get Ciri to have a kid so that, you know, they could basically rule the world, because it was prophesied that her child would be able to stop the White Frost and be able to walk between worlds and all that. So like, alright, let's kidnap Ciri and let's force her to have a child with Auberon. But the only problem is that Auberon could not. He thought humans were so disgusting he couldn't comprehend doing it with Ciri. So they were just laying around naked together, doing nothing. It was really weird. let's see. My man has a lock. Lousy. Well, I'm a little worried he has something that could destroy the Auberon Phantom, but it's my first run play, I think. I wish I had a Wild Hunt Hound. That way I could boost it, get a dominance and Veil. But Imposter is going to be a little bit annoying. If he gets it on a good target. I couldn't imagine what he'd want it to be on, considering Veil.
The senses can be
Round 1.
fooled easily.
This is great. Hard gate here. You don't normally see Mr. Vigo played round 1, so he's either in a bad way, or he has something planned for me. I guess he could destroy my Foglet with a Tactus card if he wants. Interesting. I think this might be
A taste
double
of
scenario.
morphine, is it?
My ice will pierce both your hearts and minds.
So he's gonna poison. Wait, he can't poison anything I'm stacking up, so. So, if this is double scenario, then he's a cultist deck. John Calvey.
I shall not repeat Emil's
You
mistakes.
gonna poison her? Go ahead.
Drinking can be hazardous to your health.
Run. You'll not get far.
Honestly not sure how this is gonna pan out. I'd love to win round 1, obviously, but he's making a pretty good effort. And again, there's nothing he can lock, so that's nice.
My loyalty is to Imperial coin, not to the face depicted.
My duty? To stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
So he's gonna put the frost here.
Your souls will propel this launch.
He put it in the wrong place. What a guy. He's reading it. Alright, well. We're gonna do it like this.
I will crush you!
I think we're gonna win round 1. I might not go far here.
I bring death. Quite
Yeah, I'm gonna not go. Well, what do I want to play? I'd love to play North. So I guess I'm gonna do that. He's not winning round 1. He can destroy my bruiser if he wants, but... I can purify Eredin, but I won't have... well, I'll have dominance, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna purify Eredin.
Resist and you prolong your suffering. Your fate is sealed.
There he goes. He wants round 1 pretty bad. Yeah. Let's see. You know what, let's Immelrith and see what I draw into. No, that could be bad. Let's see.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
I might pass next turn.
Don't ask a lady her age. It's unbecoming.
Feeling a bit peckish.
Well, I gotta do it, I think.
Science, yeah.
I don't want to play Auberon, but I will.
You have our undivided attention.
It's not that helpful. You need a 10-point lead. Now you need a 4-point lead. I see. I want round 1 so bad that I'm gonna do it.
This is both a beginning and an end.
Can you get 16 points, my friend? Well, you need a 14 actually. This is a really weird game. We both really wanted the round 1. I wanted it because I didn't want to get screwed over with cultists. He wanted it because he wanted to screw me over with cultists. But I'm not sure who got the most value here, to be honest. Since I had to waste Auberon. Do wonder what his last is though. If it's Heatwave, he can No, you just gave it. I do not want Aussie. Yeah, that'll work for now.
Nothing rivals skinny unicorn. Their hair, so silky.
Go ahead.
Go on! Show me what this toy you wield can do!
Well, he can destroy the poison and then that'll win him the game. Or the round anyway. Don't think I really had another choice though. But unfortunately I don't have the Aussie combo. Because Eredin didn't go into the graveyard. Oh, this sucks. Most I could get is an 8 point. I'd rather have. Yeah.
No good wine
A lot of points.
not even compost.
But if he manages to survive, I can get some frost. Do some damage. It's still dominance.
Death comes to you.
I think I lost though. He just had a card advantage.
Meat is best served bloody, bleeding in its juices.
There is no escape.
Yep. Even if I hadn't done that, he would have destroyed my dude here. So yeah, he just had card advantage the entire match, unfortunately for me.
I do not mince words on prisoner.
Would have been a lot better if I had managed to keep, managed to like play, Jurgen so I could Aussie it, but nah. Maybe I should have kept Auberon round 1. But he could have just destroyed it. Yeah, it happens. Still a good game. We'll get one more and then I'll sign off. I really like this deck actually. It's a little bit more fair than just playing Scoia'tael and hiding behind my traps. This is
Dead
Thrive.
as a creature.
And I didn't go first, so that stinks. They give you the stratagem because going first is so bad, but I feel like the stratagem is so incredibly valuable that going first is pretty okay. Anyway, I can just move that if I really want to target something behind it. And not very difficult either.
Oh, I sense trouble.
I will just destroy that could be okay if I get Jurgen. Not sure what that's all about. Interesting. I don't have dominance, unfortunately. I want some frost.
Your souls will propel this launch.
That's an interesting target. He should have went for the Phantom so that I couldn't get dominance.
We make certain the Naglfar is ever sated.
Only the pure ones. All else disgusts me.
Yeah, it really makes no sense to go for Eredin here. I don't see the reasoning behind that particular play. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Ah, he has dominance, I see. Oh, that's gonna fly back.
For King Auberon, for Tyr the Lear.
It's a melee only ability, right? I can always just move it. Ah, that stinks.
Nothing rivals skinning a unicorn. Their hair, so silky.
Did you hear this guy? the elves are weird. So, I guess he's gonna summon Catullus with, or Catullus with Witch's Sabbath. I guess that's his plan. Keep that. And I'll also keep this. Yeah, that's alright, I guess. I'll see if I can't send out the Ancient Foglet and then, Ardgate. So, if he Witch's Sabbaths and he gets Cave Troll, Catullus, and I guess he'd get Nithril, I can purify the defense and then move Catullus. What the hell?
Time I taught you some respect.
Let's not go for. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. here's how this is gonna go, buddy. I have dominance.
This one is nearly drained. Fetch me another.
Your boy's getting moved.
Coming! Coming!
March gonna move to my side. Anyway.
Go on! Show me what this toy you wield can do!
They can somehow boost. I can play Eredin. Not quite what I had in mind. Time to hope and pray I draw into it.
Who taught you to fight like this?
Wait, I won.
Behold our new home.
We shall conquer this world as we have conquered
Why
countless
did he
others.
pass? Well, that was something. Alright. Well, you saw what the deck could do, and thank God I didn't find any Thrive, otherwise I would have lost. But, yeah, those were some pretty good games. I could have played better against that one Nilfgaard one, but other than that, hope you enjoyed. Next time, it'll be... You know, I'll probably play the crime deck from Syndicate, since I think that's the only... Well, I haven't played Northern Realms either, but I'm not gonna play goddamn Witchers. Maybe I'll build a Siege deck with Northern Realms later, but for right now, next will be Syndicate, and that deck is hot garbage, so hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.